Hey everyone, Nick from Nick's Crossing here, and welcome back to the train room, guys, for another York rundown video of what I experienced at York, and also what did I pick up, and more importantly, guys, what was I thinking when I bought this engine in this purple box right here. It's definitely not a road name I usually carry or like, so here we go, guys, here we go. All aboard. Alrighty, guys, so before we get into talking about all the goodies I picked up at York, I want to thank you guys, the viewers, fans, and family of the channel. Thank you guys so much for making this York experience that much more memorable, and also just talking with you guys really brightened up my experience. And it's been a different experience this year when my buddies moved away to a far land and was not at this York show, and he also had a YouTube channel. So it's been a different show this year for sure. But talking to you guys made it a great experience. Also hanging out with some of my friends up here in the train room the last 3 nights. You know, I'm also kind of burnt out from York, but I think all of you guys know how that is. And my legs are still killing me from those concrete floors. I think those concrete floors hurt worse than the ballast I have to walk on while working for the railroad. But anyways, guys, it was a great show. Met so many great people. Ran into familiar faces as well. And there's also... it makes it that much more fun and memorable. It's like a big family. And trust me, guys, I'm not in it for the popularity. I don't care about that stuff. I know it's all over YouTube and all that. And this is about the community. It's about you guys and the community of model and toy trains. So, guys, thank you all so much for making this a very memorable spring 2025 show. Now, other things I've heard, guys, a lot of people were saying the whole show, very negative stuff, actually, about the attendance. But I was talking to my friends that have booths and actually sell stuff at the show. They said they did very well. So I think the not so much the quantity of people, but the quality of their wallets helped. And I heard that from many viewers and also vendors that I'm friends with. They said they did great this year. Now, I also think a lot of people are nervous about the tariff stuff going on. That'll all get resolved eventually. It is what it is. I'm not getting political on the channel. I don't want any comments like that. It's just, it is what it is. It's the reality of our hobby. This stuff's made overseas in a foreign land, and we're going to have to bite it. It is what it is. But, guys, I've been saying this for the last 5 years. There's so much stuff out in the market. New, used, you can trade, you can, barter if you want. And, there's so much stuff already out there. So, it doesn't really affect me. I don't buy a lot of new stuff. You can see I've got a Proto 2 box behind me and an older car in front of me that I bought. Another very old car to my left I bought at the show. So it doesn't really affect me, but I know a lot of guys will pre-order stuff and get all that. So, I do have some new cars waiting for me that haven't been made in a long time. But, it is what it is. But I think some people may have been nervous about that. So maybe not the biggest show ever, but I also heard some other comments of, this is the worst York ever. The attendance sucked and, they should just have it once a year and all that. And I was thinking about it, you know what? Amherst, I believe, the Big E show, as I got in trouble for not calling it, Amherst to me is once a year, and all the big vendors come out. Maybe if they did do once a year, they could make it more of an Amherst South type of an event. But I had a great time, and like I said, talking with you guys, hanging out with friends, and buying some cool stuff, of course. Made it a great show. So, got to stay positive, guys, and I'm the younger generation. As I'm getting older, we're still the younger generation in this hobby, and we have to, get people interested, promote, so the negativity stuff can just stay at home. Honestly, I'm not really into it. I had a great time, and it's about the social aspect as well. Not everything's about money and popularity and buying stuff. You got to sit down and talk to people and make friends, so keep this thing alive. But anyways, guys, let's get into the cool stuff I picked up. All right, guys, the first piece we're going to talk about, I picked over a bunch of boxes over at Trains and found this missing passenger car. So on Trains, about a year, 2 years ago, I bought the PRR Woodside passenger cars that Mike's made before Lionel took them and doubled the price. And they're nice cars, beautiful cars. And I was missing one, and I found the missing car right here. And these cars are absolutely gorgeous. They're wood cars. Got the little, brake arm here with the glad hand sticking down. Got people in the cars. There's a servant in the middle, or a porter, car attendant, as we would say nowadays, whatever. giving out, looks like coffee or something. So very nice cars, beautiful cars when they're lit up. And someone converted this to LEDs already, so I thought that was cool. I think it has a Gunrunner John board, so it glows nice and bright, brighter than the other three I have. But it's a great looking car. Look at this thing. It's just absolutely amazing. These cars would eventually turn into like the Strasbourg cars Lionel's been making for $400 a 2-pack, which is insane. But yeah, this was a $100 car. I saw it for $100, picked it up, and I was like, oh, whatever. It's intact. It was brand new out of the box. This one has, everything here, so it looks absolutely amazing. The roof details perfect, and this one looks really nice. So over at Trains, picked it up, and their engine prices are a little high for me. I always notice that the engines they bring are a little expensive, but it is what it is, and we're there to make good deals, and if you feel bad about buying something, don't do it. So it's not worth it. But anyways, guys, got this over at Trains with a Z. So, alrighty, guys, this is more of an honorable mention York purchase. So my friends over at Iron Horse Trains, they're actually local to me, and they're up in Hanover, PA, and they're located inside the SG Antique Mart. And Troy told me, he's like, hey, I got some new Atlas cars in. They might be interested in. I was like, oh, God. So I looked over at the shelf, and he had two of these that I could see. And these are the wood gondolas that were built during the war production effort during World War II. So they couldn't use a lot of steel back then. They were limited on their steel quantities because it had to go to the war effort overseas. So the United States was allowed to build things out of other materials. And instead of having an entire steel gondola, it was made from steel parts, then wood sides, and a wood floor. You can see underneath there's very, very little steel, and it's all supposed to be wood. Then the bed is also wood plank material. So I bought two of these, and I got home, and I was talking to my wife, and I was like, you know what? I really want those other two cars. And she's like, well, if you want them so bad, just make them part of your York budget, which is dangerous to do. And Troy's like, if they weren't at the shop, they would be going to York. So that's why I call them an honorable mention. So I bought all 4 road number gondolas of these PRR wood gondolas. And I do intend on weathering these cars and putting in scrap metal loads and also broken rail and stuff, or fish plates, or joint bars as we call them on the railroad. Also tie plates, when we spike through the tie to hold the rails on. Put some of those in here and order some other scrap metal materials. So they're going to look like they're full of scrap, and also weather the car so it looks nice and dirty like it would during the war effort. So these are great cars, guys. They're right around $60 a piece. And I saw a couple of these at the show for like $55. They're Atlas Trainman cars, I believe, and they're just awesome cars. So definitely check them out. It's very similar to the Weaver tooling, minus the floor on these are a tan compared to the Weavers are the brown color of the shell. So definitely check them out, guys. These are a great find. All right, guys, next I picked up this really cool K-Line car, which I've been rolling around on the track. It just rolls like butter. And this car actually holds 2 of these right here. These are the Transformers. Love that mint green. We have 2 of them side by side on the flat car. And this is a weighted flat car. Looks really sweet. Look at that. And the Transformers just sit on these pads. I have to re-glue them. Thinking maybe someone tore them off, maybe fit through a tunnel or something. But there we go. Got a nice Transformer car. Of course, PRR Keystone right there. Thought these looked super cool. Reminds me of the car that's at the B&O Railroad Museum. That's one of the only pieces of PRR rolling stock at that museum is like a huge flat car with Transformers. So I thought this is a cool find. Definitely would like to weather these and make them look like burnt up Transformers. Maybe some oil seepage on them and all that. So I thought that'd be kind of cool. But this is in the Silver Hall, so Member Hall. And it's a $20 car. So guys, that's what I mean. There's so much, cool stuff out there. And $20 gets you a nice scale weighted car. There's actually a plate on the bottom for weight. It's a really cool find. Alrighty, guys. So the last booth I purchased something from was actually over at Hennings. And originally on Thursday, I wanted to buy some Flicker freeboards. But then I saw these really cool freight cars on the shelf. My buddy Dave picked one up for his channel, and his railroad, and I had to have one of these. I haven't gotten one of these yet, and Bill said these are running out quick. It's sort of their last batch of them, and he's got a couple at the shop. I only had a handful of these left today on Saturday of the show, and I was like, well, do you have them in wood sides? Well, he said Hennings will be coming out with a cheese car, so Hennings Cheese Company boxcar that'll be made of wood, so it'll be a woodside reefer. I said, man, I'd love to have that car, so please let me know when that comes out. So I bought the steel side from RMT right here, and it's a beautiful looking car. I'm going to keep it in the box for a little bit as a shelf piece and things like that. It's a really cool car. I don't want to break anything off of it, and it's sort of a collector's car, in my opinion. Got their train store. It's got the Train Shop Weekly, which is Hennings' podcast every week, showcases new items and new things in the hobby and topics to talk about. We also have Model Engineering Works, so I believe that's what their parts department stuff does and their electronic stuff. We also have the collectible train restoration parts underneath that. Collector Color, which is their line of pre- and post-war paints. So those beautiful colors you see in the pre-war era, if they're starting to chip and everything, you want to repaint your cars. Talk to Hennings. They can color match your car, and they are the exact same colors they would have used over at Lionel in the 1920s and 30s, if not older. And also we have Hennings SP smoke pellets, which we'll get to talking to in just a minute right here. And then next to that we have the J, W, and A. So it's a really nice car. Got the Hennings logo here since 1939. Just a really cool car, and this was right around $30 for the car. Can't beat it. Like I said, I'm going to keep it in the box as a shelf piece for right now. Just a beautiful looking car. Now, I will say, guys, it was empty over there. I do miss Harry, and I have my differences with Harry. He's a great guy in the hobby, great asset to our community in the model train world. But most of my indifferences over MTH stuff, this purple box right here, this company versus Lionel, and then some electronic stuff. And, I highly respected him for what he did for their hobby. I wish I knew him longer, and I wish I didn't irritate him as much as I did over purple box stuff versus the orange box stuff. It's silly. It's over toy trains, but I respected him highly, and he will be missed. It was my first York show not seeing him. I did see him at the last one. He wasn't feeling well, and he left, and I was upset about that because, I always talk to him no matter what happened with, our indifferences or whatever over model toy trains, which is kind of silly. I always, miss talking to him and stuff. So it was sort of empty over there, but Walt and Bill are keeping it alive. I did see the old man today or yesterday. I did not get a chance to talk to him. He was out before I can get over to the booth, and there was a big line to talk to him. So I plan on going over to their shop very soon, hanging out in the shop, maybe do a video or two on some of their stock and stuff. But that's over at Hennings Trains. Now, this smoke pellet container right here, they had a salesman sample diffuser, sort of burning their smoke pellets to give the buyers a sample smell of what the smoke pellet smelled like. So I was like, man, this smells just like the old stuff. I loved it. So what I'm going to do is actually build a smoke pellet factory on my railroad. I'm going to use their logo right here and just make a Hennings smoke pellet factory out of this building right here. This Acme Die building right there. It's I think it's a Corber model from maybe the 70s or 80s. And someone built it. I bought it at York about a year ago. And the roof has a huge hole in it. I'm like, you know what? That would look great with a smokestack coming out. And what I plan on doing is getting a post-war smoke unit, so a bowl smoker, and have it so I can burn smoke pellets in there. And then towards the top, I would like to have an exhaust fan actually blow the smoke pellet stuff through, sucking the smoke pellet vapor out of the stack and out the top of the smoke pellet factory. Have a switch underneath to turn that feature on and off, and sort of have it as a smoke pellet diffuser for my train room to get that old school smell of the smoke pellets. So I thought it's so cool that Hennings is recreating these. They are $18 a vial, but these last a while, and there's a lot in here. Anyways, guys, let's get into the elephant in the room. What was in this purple box? And if this engine was in here, I could not lift it with one arm. Even I do go to the gym now. No, this is not being lifted with one arm. Alrighty, guys, so if you think of the most popular toy train or scale toy train ever made, what do you guys think of instantly? Let's hear it. Any answers out there? I can't hear you. Alright, so first off, guys, I caved in and bought, oh god, a New York Central J1E Hudson. And I can't believe I'm saying that. I just wanted one. I thought it was cool. I've got the cars that went to the old TMCC Pullmore motor Hudson. And I've always wanted a scale Hudson up here. But I couldn't find one for under, like, crazy money. And I'm like, you know what? Let's wait and wait and wait. So what I did was I was walking around the York Show. And at the back corner of the York Show, there was a table full of affordable MTH models. And Proto 2 and Proto 3 stuff thrown in. And they said it was from a collection. And I'm like, okay, let's look at it. And I looked at it and I'm like, oh god, it's a 5 volt. We're doomed. But for the price that they wanted for it, it was affordable. Now, what I mean affordable is that it was under $500 for a scale PS2 model with, you know, it's a New York Central Hudson, so it's huge. I mean, the engine's like this long. The tender, it's got the extended, someone says a centipede tender. I forgot the fancy name for that. It's on the box. Let's see. New York Central, PT tender. Is that it? So I'm not a huge New York Central fanatic, but I've always wanted a Hudson to run up here on the railroad. It's not my first scale Hudson. I have a B&O Hudson that's a Williams model. This is my first full scale with a command control system. I did have a smaller B and A, Boston and Albany Hudson, that was like 3/4 scale of what we call O scale. It's O27 essentially. Beautiful model. Love the whistle on that thing. But this thing is a Proto 2 full scale model, and it's gorgeous, guys. So for under $500, I picked up a full scale Hudson. I'm very happy with that because the new ones are going for like $1,300 with Proto 3. Now, the price point of this, if the board were to go, I know it's a 5 volt. It's not the most reliable board system out there. I know they have stories, and I've fried some P2 5 volt stuff. With that price point, under $500, I would not be opposed to putting in a Proto 3 board with the upgraded whistle system and all of that stuff. So it's not a big deal if this board were to blow up. The Proto 3 kits are like $200. So it's not a big deal. But for the price I paid for this, I'm very happy. It does run. We'll be running that in just a moment here once I get it up on the track. It's actually behind me on my new engine shelf down here. So we'll get that on the tracks in just a moment here, guys. So spin you guys around. Let's check out the J1E PT tendered New York Central Hudson. I can't believe I'm saying that. I got to wash my mouth out with soap. So let's get into this, guys. Alrighty, guys, so here she is, my New York Central J1E Hudson with PT tender. And this is a gorgeous model, guys. MTH really knocked this out of the park. And this engine is probably close to 20 plus years old. It's pretty amazing. It's got the early PS2 5 volt system. The sounds and everything are great. Great smoker, of course. It's an MTH. It's got to smoke great. But just the model is just a beautiful piece here. But this one really knocks it out of the park with all the detailing and just look at all the just pipes and everything going everywhere. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys, and this is okay. I don't know anything about Hudsons. It's just a beautiful engine. I really wanted to run this with my Lionel LTI era passenger cars that I'm putting interiors in. So that's why I wanted a Hudson. And also, I think every collection needs a Hudson or a Pacific or, you know, something like that. So this will fit in great with the collection. It's just a beautiful piece. So let's fire her up here. I got her on the WTIU app on my cell phone here. And there's that classic MTH sound of the fire up there. And guys, the whistle is just so angry but beautiful at the same time. So let's fire that up here. Turn it down a little bit. And, well, first let's hear the bell. And it rings out, too. I love that, guys. And then here is the angry, angry whistle. Turn up a little bit more here. So guys, that whistle, I mean, that thing just knocks it out of the park. So let's hear it again. We'll hold the whistle to hear the other sounds. So MTH Proto 2 5-volt boards, guys, you get a non-quillable whistle. So whatever the whistle gives you is what you get. Now if you hold the whistle, it does the different whistle sequences. But we also have different sounds here, like forward signal, reverse, coupler slack, which it doesn't want to give me, coupler close. There we go. You get the extended startup and shutdown, custom sound 1,
Welcome aboard.
then 2,
Up to you.
3,
Eyeball.
4. It does the train wreck sounds, but it's in the custom sound list. So this is a very early Proto 2 board. Now we do have the PFA sounds, which are passenger freight announcements, and those sound beautiful, guys. So let's go through that. We're gonna hit pretending the engine's arriving. So let's hit arrive.
Now arriving from Cincinnati, train number 16, the Ohio State Limited.
And now we're gonna say arrival. I'm just gonna quickly go through the segments here.
Watch your step. Have a nice day. Thank you. Taxi. Welcome aboard. Ticketed passengers only.
And this is the magic of MTH, guys. It has like the station sounds, people getting on and off the train,
With your baggage.
helping with baggage and stuff. It's really cool. So that is the engine in a nutshell. Alrighty, guys, that's going to do it for this York 2025 Spring Show Edition video of my show haul stash and also some of my thoughts of the show. Had a great time at the show, guys. I hate the negativity with these shows, and nothing will be the same as it ever was. I'll be saying that when I'm older, too. It's not the same anymore, and it's not the same, and it'll be, a generational continuation of it's not the same. So trust me, nothing's ever the same, guys, and this hobby is changing dramatically every day, every minute of this hobby is changing into a more expansive universe of model and toy train, especially with the electronics out now and all the other cool parts, especially 3D printing. So nothing will ever be the same. But I enjoy it, guys. I love this hobby, and I'm seeing lots of newer faces at these shows, younger faces at the shows. So the hobby is alive. I hate when people say this hobby's dead. It's not. It's well alive. And a lot of the younger folks, now I'm sounding older, are into the electronic side, the programming, and actual engineering side of the hobby, which I think is very cool. So, but anyways, guys, my final thoughts. It's my first full-scale Hudson with Command, and I love this thing. It's beautiful, and it does deserve an upgrade. I'm starting to notice that the headlights are flickering, the marker lights are flickering, so I think she needs a Proto 3 upgrade for sure. So I'll be looking out for a Steam board for this girl, and we'll get that thrown in there and programmed up and get that running ASAP. But it's a beautiful engine, guys, and the tooling is just real nice. So can't wait to get this all upgraded. And the cars, of course, you got to put the interiors in these 4 cars for her as well. But anyways, guys, if you're new to the channel and enjoyed this video, always consider subscribing, leave a like below, also leave a comment below. And if you're interested in some of my channel's merch, check out my Teespring store in the description of this video. I've got shirts, mugs, throw blanket thrown in there. Also a mug that I've been working on will be out very soon. So check those out. It does take a while to ship. They do larger order quantities first. And I also receive a small commission on every piece purchased. It's like a very small fraction of what you guys are paying for those merchandise pieces. But anyways, guys, till next time, happy railroading. We'll see you next time. See you guys.